Welcome to the Giraffe Brewery. This is Dr. Chris Baker, DC. Round 6, Dimir Mill. Hour and 7 minutes. Looking good already.
Well.
Well. Let's mute him up. Load this video. Ooh. We're playing my good friend R. Remedio one. This looks like a keep. No wonder this match takes forever. Our Remedio's been playing junk Constellation, just like from the Pro Tour. Just basically, he plays mono enchantments. So this will be an interesting matchup. Us milling him is actually bad, because he has like Font of Return, Crufix Insight, and like all sorts of goodies to get back from incidentally milling him. And we only have one Crypt Incursion main, but that card's going to be really important at breaking up his cycle, breaking up his engine. Pretty sure he runs like pacifism and stuff too, which means Altar's Reap will be good out of the sideboard. But maybe he's playing a different deck. So far it seems like the junk one. Getting some lag. That's rough. Yeah, I would wait on the Freakus Cure. So if he has God's Willing, he has God's Willing, or Johnny's Presence, doesn't matter because he has a mana open. But what you're allowing him to do here is play a land and play Oromancer and get it back immediately. Yeah, so he is playing this deck. And you're also allowing, you miss the opportunity to kill it in response to Ethereal Armor. So in those situations, I actually like to, if he just attacks without playing Ethereal Armor, I like to just take the damage and kind of make the opponent think, does he have it? Does he? I don't know. Does he? When you might not, but then you might. And so sometimes you can post-combat play Ethereal Armor because you think it's safe. Crufix Insight, this is really cool and interesting. So he draws 2 cards, Font and Leafcrown Dryad, puts a bunch of land in the bin. Yeah, when the set came out, I rated that card definitely in the top 10. And one of the only, badass build around BA cards, because it requires such a heavy commitment, which means it's only going to be good in basically one style of deck. Yeah, Brennan's at a really crucial point right here on turn 4, and I like his decision. So usually, and he probably watched the videos I sent him. Wow. That was a huge mill. That was sweet. He probably watched the videos and learned a little bit of what I like to do is just play card draw as soon, as fast as possible. But when you have like all these 4-drops in hand that like play Battlestride Spy first is better, so that you don't have to discard if you play Pivot Plans and miss on land drops. So that's like the risk that you run, is being less efficient with your spells. So that's why you play Battlestrade Spy. It does it all. Okay, so this is again why, if I could edit my deck, I think this deck would just have such a better game. So here's a spot where I think you actually leave the Dimir Guildgate untapped and play Pilfer Plans and then hope to draw a land. Like, you don't care if you take 2 damage. but you just guaranteed that you missed your land drop for this turn. And with 6 cards in hand, you would have drawn to, you know, maybe discarded, probably hit a land drop though. Yeah, like we have, like hitting land drops is very important with this hand. Look, we have 3 card draw spells, 2 Archaeomancers. Yeah, and like when we mill him, it just makes his font of return insane. He basically has the value engine all assembled to go Oromancer into font of return over and over and over again. Which makes it really, really important for us to be playing draw spells again to dig for Essence Scatter, pretty much. Because they're only real out to the Oromancer getting the font of return back. So like I said last turn, I really would have liked playing Pilfered Plans, hopefully hitting a land drop, and then this turn, you know, we could, if we hit an untapped land, untapped black swamp, we could have still freakus cured our guy too. And then if this hits land, we could be up an entire land drop. And then, you know, just digging to what we need. The way I see this game going right now is we're just slightly bottlenecked on what we can. That's interesting. Yeah, we're slightly bottlenecked on what we can do. We definitely are Grizzly Spectacling that and milling him for 6. So if we are winning this game, it does seem like it's going to be because we mill him out. Yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, we're just buying ourselves time, and it's weird, like, his black font is like drawing him 3 cards, but we have Thassa's Bounty, which draws us 3 cards. They're random, you know, from our library, and he's drawing just straight gas off of his font. But he's also, you know, sitting almost at Shelldock Isle range. Almost 20 cards left in library. And it's not a card you're allowed to play in Standard Proper. Yep. So, like, it seems pretty clear that, again, we don't want to die, and we're so ahead on cards in library. It's like just play Archaeomancer and get back Grizzly Spectacle over and over and over again. He got 3 Oromancers back. Wow. That's really good. But see, he's bottlenecked on mana too. So he can only really do 1, maybe. He can go Oromancer, Ethereal Armor. And then you can go, I would go Archaeomancer, get back Grizzly Spectacle. I guess Devour Flesh is fine too. Yeah. It's more mana efficient. We don't care about the life gain, and we know it can do something this turn. I think that turn I'm fine with Devour Flesh. I'm interested to see how this sound ends up turning out too. Got the new Platronics headset rocking, but also I just rigged my laptop so that it's got plenty of room underneath it so the fan doesn't freak out. Alright, he gets back. Grim Guardian. So we have like infinite things to do. Like, to me it does not seem like we can really lose because we have all these Arcamancers. We just need to use our mana every single turn. This turn's a little awkward. I think you actually play Arcamancer and get back Grizzly Spectacle. And then just chump, and then if he tries to make his Arcamancer big, you just chump block. So it's kind of interesting as well, like not playing your Devour Flesh at the end of turn last turn. Like, why not just kill his guy? Especially when he didn't choose to get back the Black Font right away. But like, he just doesn't have enough lands in play to like go off. Ooh, Brennan making the play that I would have made. I like it. I think it's really cool and interesting that even though it's standard Pauper, like probably the literal simplest constructed format that exists, you know, other than block constructed Pauper, jeez. But like, this format's so simple, but there's so many different ways to play a game, different decks that are viable. Has a good amount of depth to it, which I appreciate. We also see Dr. Demento sneaking a peek. He gets to spy on Armedio's decks. He knows what he's up against with that. He knows what I'm up against. Yeah, well, actually I'm really interested. I think Dimir Mill would have been a good choice for the MPDC thing today. For they had the first event for the first Journey into Nyx and Inclusion standard Pauper event. I've been practicing that format like not at all lately, but I thought my junk control deck would be good, and it just was not. Alright, well, at least he's starting to hit land drops. Yeah, it seemed like all the best decks were white weenie, mono red, white blue aggro, like one Esper deck, one green deck. For the most part, they're just like very low land count decks, and then they just draw 3. Like, I watched some of the top 8, like these decks were like, they're drawing 3 lands 20 turns in, just basically drawing perfect. They play like every spell. It's interesting. I don't know why he didn't freak his cure. You know, before taking that damage, like, what are you afraid of? Altar's Reap, alright, Altar's Reap is good. Yeah, he's down to 11 cards in library though, like, he just can't possibly win. Like, just play Devour Flesh here, and just leave double Psychic Strike open. What does he do? Like, I guess you can get Pilfered Plans, because then it just mills him again faster. And that does leave one Psychic Stripe open, which is really all you need. Don't play the Starfish, you don't need it. I think you'd rather just counter whatever, literal anything he plays. This game's looking really good, which means if it took the full time, it can't be good for game 2. Just counter it. So our opponent could go like Ethereal Armor, Pacifism. You know, like it could be a little risky. That's why I would have just played Devour Flesh. Actually, I just would have said go and left open all my mana and then just wait and see what he did. If he goes for Ethereal Armor, you Devour Flesh. I mean, you could even just Grizzly Spectacle it and then hold Psychic Strike open. Instead, you're kind of chumping for no reason. Now you're risking like dying in 3 turns. But I guess you play just counting his lands 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 6 left. How many lands is he playing? Probably got at least 3 more lands in his deck. So I want to guess we're getting 1 or 2 cards at most. Look at the cards. So he had 6 cards in library. So you just revealed 2. Yep, Leaf Crown land. Yeah, you just hold Grizzly Spectacle open and Psychic Strike open. I mean, you can't lose. We could... No. I mean, if he had, like, Pacifism... If he had double Pacifism, double Ethereal Armor, I think he gets us. So he goes to Pacifism, we counter. Does another, we can't block, double Ethereal Armor. With 2 pacifisms, each give +4/+4. So it'd be 8. And then we would go to 2. He's got the pacifism. Now, how many Ethereal Armors does he have? Doesn't matter. He only has 1 white mana. He's got 1, dude. See? I can predict this. See? Like, playing Grizzly Spectacle there. Just no need. It's actually one of the only ways that we could possibly lose. But see, that's the thing, like, I'm familiar. Yeah. Like, I'm familiar with our Meteos deck, so Alright, sideboarding. Feast of Dreams, wow, that card is good. Altar's Reap is good because he has pacifism. Gaining life in general is good, so I like Servant of Timurit. He doesn't really kill our creatures, but we need to chump block a decent amount, and our removal is not that good. Like Grizzly Spectacle is really good. Like Freaka's Cure Devours Flesh. I think Devour Flesh is still good because it can crush anything. Like literal anything. Can't target it, but it can, be his last card might be a huge, a huge thing with your Ethereal Armor. Yeah, I would not take out Grizzly Spectacle. Like, milling him for a ton of damage is very important. I think you want to be taking out Freaka's Cure. This is probably... Ooh, and that's it? Yeah. Gotta analyze that sideboard a little bit more, Brennan. Grizzly Spectacle is very good when he plays Ethereal Armor. Freaka's Cure does close to nothing. I would keep this hand and hope to get lucky. Like, Armidio's deck is not that fast. It's kind of combo-y. It's just comboing off. And it's milling itself. He probably will mill. No? Yep. So I think what you want to do against a deck like this is realize it is actually designed to be a grindy, long, attrition-based deck with the black fonts and card advantage and stuff. So you don't want, like, Freaka's Cure for the early game, or for small creatures. That's for, like, mono red and mono white. That's where it really shines. And without it, you just can't beat them. Which is why it's in the main deck. But here, like these two cards, if we just drew a Starfish, or the Feast of Dreams, these guys are dead. Or irrelevant. What? Like, yeah. Also, when we know our opponent has Ethereal Armor, you can't tap out. Like, wait for him to respond. You know he doesn't. His deck is synergy based on enchantments. It can't run God's Willing or a Johnny's Presence. If it does, it's because it's bad. Again, this is kind of bad too. I would Freaka's Cure the Leafground Dried. You just took an extra point of damage. You gave him the choice. Like, that was... Why? Like, still... Do not Feast of Dreams. You have no card draw in your hand. You can't 1-for-1 him. He's eventually going to draw black mana and font. And you 1-for-1 all your removal away, and then he 3-for-1s you. And his 3-for-1 is really good. Yeah, I would Freaka's Cure this guy. So we should be at 20 still. This is really good. This is very easy against a deck like this too. You have to bring in Cremate as well. Just having one and then being able to get it back with Auramancer just cripples his ability to get card advantage. I don't really understand passing there. I think playing Archaeomancer is fine. Yep. Sure. Yeah, play Devour Flash. Yeah, play Fuse of Dreams. Sure, get back, Devour Flash. See, when you have these things all dying though, you have to Crypt Incursion them before he pops the Black Fawn. Yeah, it's really interesting taking damage there too. In general, I'm just like, if he doesn't go for the Ethereal Armor, there's no real value. Nothing else he can do. Just kill it. So again, we kind of took some extra damage for no reason. Yeah, here I think you just say go. Essence Scatter is really important. You would really like to counter an Auramancer. He's stuck with black cards in hand. See, our ability to win by mill or by damage isn't really high. If you're going to win by damage, you got to bring in Servant of Timurat, the other Balustrade Spy, the March of the Returned, and have like the creature recursion loop. If you're going to win by milling, you have to leave Crimson Spectacle in. So our deck has been diluted to the point of not really being able to win fast. So our opponent is going to get his grindy card advantage engine going. So we didn't board ours in. So I think what we're going to see happen this game is that our opponent was eventually going to just play threat after threat after threat. We deal with it. And then they all come back, and then we run out of answers, and our opponent will still have plenty of cards left in library, and plenty of life. Wasting an Essence Scatter on Hopeful Eidolon. That has gotta be wrong. If Devour Flesh in hand, just Devour Flesh it. You're gonna feel pretty bad when he plays. I mean, what are you gonna do, counter this too? You're gonna feel bad when he baited all of these out. He has 5 cards in hand. Ooh, he even sided in Cremate against us. So I think he's deciding whether he wants to Crypt Incursion now. I don't think so. Crypt Incursion a lot worse, too. But taking Aggro's is spectacle. I see, like, now, what would you rather top deck? There's no way his deck is killing us quickly. And if we just get flooded, this might not be the best. Down to our last counter. Can't believe we wasted those counter spells. Sitting with this dumb Devour Flesh in hand. Yep, getting flooded a little. Yep, he's got the black font. Alright, so I guess we gotta wait for him to pop the black font. Then we can Crypt Incursion. Oh. He sided Crypt Incursion in against us too. So maybe just the mill plan is the best plan, not even the creature package. But we have Archaeomancer, like... This game actually seems fine. Like, we're both doing nothing. See, that seems fine for us, but... we only put in 1 for 1. Right, here we go. Last counterspell. Ooh, we caught another Oromancer. Man. I would have killed for a Scryfish this game. We have 4 more lands than our opponent. It's really weird that he hasn't tried to get creatures back with his black font. Like, does he really think we're gonna tap out? Ever? What's he waiting for? Like, now we can Devour Flesh that. And get, like, more creatures with the Crypt Incursion. See, if I was him, I would have popped the black font right there. Because at least you could have had Grim Guardian in your graveyard. Now he won't even be there. And we are getting so flooded. This is absurd. $15 lands. That's absurd. We only have 9 more. That's awesome for us. Well, not really. He draws 1 card, or 3 draws, Ethereal Armor, Stab Wound, Leaf Card Dryad. Yeah, let's see, look. We're just dead. We drew complete blanks, and he just Ethereal Armors this guy and kills us very quickly and easily. So what's better here, Feast of Dreams or Grizzly Spectacle? They both do the exact same thing. Oh wait, except one of them actually ends the game by milling him. That resolves. That resolves. Why not let it resolve, bro? Like, do you have literal any reason why you won't want that to resolve? Like, what if he had a third ethereal armor? Like, I just don't understand why you would do that. Do not crypt incursion. I don't get it. How much time is left? How do we lose this game? If you just have Grizzly Spectacles and you milled them for what? Leaf Crown Dryad, double ethereal armor with he has fought pacifism. They're each giving +4/+4. Think about it. You just milled him for 10 right there. You'd have 5 cards in library. If that was Grizzly instead of Feast. I guess that's a bad comparison to make though, because I think Feasted Dream should be in. It's Freako's Cure, that should be out. Like Freako's Cure can't do anything about this guy. Stab Wound. Yeah, that's a problem. Again, I told you he has pacifism and he has Stab Wound. That's why we want Alter Sweep. Why do we want March of the Return? Well, even if we drew Alter Sweep, we could have sacked our Arcanomancer ages ago and got back any card for value. So I see why we're losing this game. I see how it's possible. He has 15 cards in library. Sure, we can gain a lot of life, but it just boggles my mind. Like, he's gonna make it so that we have to play Crypt Incursion. Ooh, that's, come on. That seems like a bad play. Except he's gonna go like for the kill right here. See, ethereal armor is just that powerful. So he's gonna make it, so we have to pop our, yep. And then he can crack it in response, which is amazing. I don't think there are any times where he was like tapped out and we could have done it. So basically, him cracking it in response and getting even one Auramancer back means we're kind of screwed. And it's also dealing 9 damage to us, basically. Let's see how bad this is. We're actually losing on the clock as well by significant margin. Holy crap, we still gained a ton of life, but it's just not enough. The opponent has tons of cards in library, and you're gonna draw Freako's Cure and just feel foolish. Or just lands. You're drawing awful. We can't win this game. We skip Auramancer. Ethereal armor, take 1,000,000. Take 16. Let's see what we draw. Look at that, 10 cards. This game is over if we have good spectacle. Yes. Freakish Cure. Alright. Please learn during sideboarding. Put him right back in, please. No, Devour Flesh is fine. Alright. At least you learned. Now, Altar's Reap, March, Cremate, these are all playable cards. Freakish Cure is not playable. Take out Freakish Cure, please. Despise, yeah, they get stab wounded. Ugh. Sounds good. We don't have enough time to win, though. We're gonna lose on time. It's just like a piloting thing. Next turn we can play a Scryfish. Huh. He played Armancer with no legal targets in the graveyard, just as a 2-2. Yeah, we're gonna be like scrying a million times. Our like thing is, our immediate doesn't even play very fast. It's kind of a problem. This is gonna go off. Stabbing, pacifism, Leaf Crown Dryad. Wow. Dude, I've heard Ancestral Recall is good. Even if it costs 3 mana. It's just really good. Stab Wound. I guess that's like the one thing that Freakish Cure can do. Is help us gain life when we kill our own creature with Stab Wound. Okay, here's another thing. You probably want that on top. There's no... Alright, he has two 2/2s in play. You can't That's awful. Ugh. If we win this, I really will not know how we won it. But here's the thing. You just let yourself take 2 damage by scrying. It's... Just don't scry on upkeep. Just take the damage. Or block and have your creature take the damage. And if he plays Ethereal Armor, then it's fine, because then you... Because you Spectacle this guy. See? Now you don't lose a Spectacle mana. Are you going to counter it? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad when you're tapping out and your opponent has 4 over mana and work. And we can't even chump block if we need to. It's like, it's not the worst spot because he only has 1 mana, but yeah, like you gave him the opportunity to get the font. He can safely crack the font for huge value. Ornaments or Leaf Crown Guardian, so. And you took 2 damage for basically no reason. Yeah. You guys better start catching up on time real soon. So you have to be thinking about your plays ahead of time. Like, you need to think, I'm playing Pilfer plans, and I'm leaving Freakus Cure open. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. He correctly does not scry both guys. Like, having a blocker back is really good. You also need to learn how to use F6. And actually one of the biggest keys I found to saving time and playing fast is F8. Like, if you hit F8 and F8 is, quote, on, and you're on the play, turn 1 you play Guild Gate, it basically F6s through your turn and through your opponent's turn, because it knows you can't do anything. Alright, let it resolve. Let him either attack or say go. I'm actually really confused. Why would he put this tap wound on the untapped one? I guess he can't attack through it anyway. But I guess it doesn't matter. He's not attacking. Okay. That's really weird. It's like... So he's just trying to deal 2 extra damage. See, I don't see the problem Freakus curing his guy there. So you can still flaunt your own, or Feast of Dreams your own creature. I guess holding Feast of Dreams is better. Yeah. I don't like scrying on upkeep there. The 0-3 wall is actually pretty good. What in the heck is he getting back? Pilfer plants? I can get behind that. Yep. So the problem is you can't stop at 2-2. You're playing way too slow as well. Like, you need to learn your F6. Yeah, see, this is a problem. He kept all these Feast of Dreams, and they just don't kill his dumb 2-2. You should play Feast of Dreams on his 1-1. You have so many cards in hand. You can't possibly play them all. So you're just taking extra damage like usual. Please do not scry on upkeep. Like, it's very important to, like, not take damage. So why, if you're gonna do it at a turn, like, I don't think you get it. He only has ethereal armor. He's not gonna pump his guys or save them in any other way. There's no reason of doing it here. Again, you just always wait by default. You just need to say go. I'm not going to be happy when we time out. But that's basically what's happening here. That's unfortunate. And you scryed on upkeep again, so we're taking 4 damage. That's insane. I bet we just die to damage. Stop it. Stop scrying on upkeep. Thank you. Like, you gotta remember, Starfish isn't a creature. It's actually good. Again, doing this main phase, no point. Armancer returning final return, yeah. So he's gonna run us out of cards. He didn't play the final return though, so getting back Psychic Strike. That is a strong play. Well, I actually think right now we're in fine position to win this game. Is at 17 cards in library. We're basically fighting 2 minutes versus 17 cards in library. The only way that could work is if he makes a guy huge with Ethereal Armor and we go to Spectacle it. Because right now it's not looking good. Yeah, we're just really inefficient. It's kind of sad, because it's like, our deck is better and it should win if it has time, but yeah, Brennan just isn't used to the deck, doesn't F6 to save time, and so we lose to the clock. So things happen. I guess from that perspective then, if you have a bias, a simple aggro deck is always going to be favored, because these decks take more practice and time, and you're utilizing way more clock. If you don't F6 ever, you're just going to lose the time. That's just part of the game. Well, oh well. We have 9 seconds. Just F6. If you knew how to F6, we would get there. This is actually really insane. I didn't think he'd make it this close. The problem is you have to tap 6 mana, cast S's Bounty. Oh, I like a good sweat. I think he can do it. Tap 6 spells, play S's Bounty, say go. We also have to not die. Oh, he's using the font? Yeah, we're dead. Triple Hopeful Eidolon. Oh wait. He did F6. Just to save time. Yeah, we should win. If he can do it. Oh, nope. Now we're dead. Actually, no, we're not. We should win. Oh my god. I play the Swamp so you don't have to play Dimir Guildgate. Oh my god, you had an upkeep stop set? What the frick are you doing? Oh my god, you're playing Archaeomancer? What? Guess you like losing. What? You've got to be kidding me. That's like so pathetic. Just go. Swamp. Don't mess with Dimir Guildgate. That's his bounty. Go. You win. Or do you counter the creature? What? What the heck? So, our media has Cremate to cremate the Pilfered Plans in response to Archaeomancer, but why are you doing that? Why? Why are you casting 2 spells when you have 10 seconds left? Like, this is interesting. I might have to, Hold on, let's see what here. I actually haven't. This is the first time I'm watching the video, so I haven't watched with Brennan's commentary. But big shout out to all the cool people who participated. That's cool. I think what this means is that technically, even though we would have won that game, he's basically saying we lost to time, technically, so that's what's being honored. Which means I think the only deck that was still alive was Rakdos Regeneration, so I think that one won. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video and see what he says. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, trying to learn a little bit about this, and it's fun. I think it's fun trying to see someone else play and make decisions, because what it's hopefully going to get me better at doing is either streaming my own commentary over my own matches live during MPDC or something, or just video analysis when I do replays of my own matches. Let people know what the heck's going on in my head. But, oh well, I think Rakdos Regeneration's got it. So, we put a number of decks up here. Did pretty well. But I think that's it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.